Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have to confess that I have never thought that I will make this video. And the title says it all. I didn't expect, how should I put it, a Romanian in a leadership position in the government to have, in my opinion, backbone. So let me read you this article, which is very interesting. I have so many points to make. This article comes from Reuters, and this is the title: Romanian Defense Minister resigns, pressured after Ukraine comment. This is from October 24th, 2022, and I was thinking, whoa, what do you mean? What comment did this guy make? And then after that I was thinking, well, you get fired for a comment? Isn't that like a free speech and maybe you have a different opinion or something? Or maybe you come and you bring a suggestion, you get fired? Well, that's why we think we live in a free world. And free speech or statements, I'm thinking, okay, let's see what's going on with this guy. So let's get it on. Romanian Defense Minister Vasile Dincu resigned on Monday, today, saying he could not collaborate with the country's president amid pressure weeks after he said Ukraine's only chance to end the war was to negotiate with Russia. And he was pressured to pack his bags. So European Union and NATO state Romania shares a 650-kilometer, 400-mile border with Ukraine, is host to a US ballistic missile defense system, and, as of this year, has had a permanent alliance battle group stationed on its territory. Some 2.65 million Ukrainians had fled to Europe through Romania in the 8 months since the war started. And I'm quoting the defense minister. My gesture, my resignation, comes as it is impossible to cooperate with a Romanian president, the army's commander-in-chief, end quote, Dincu said in a statement. I think, and I'm quoting again, I think my withdrawal from the post is necessary so as to not harm decisions and programs which require fluid command chains and to not block a series of projects which are absolutely necessary for ... the ministry said. What do you think is necessary for him to go so he doesn't harm decisions and programs implemented and required by whom? By Romania? He's a defense minister. By the guys who own Romania, who tell them what to do. We mentioned them before, a paragraph before, right? Who the masters are. And then he says, which require fluid command chains. Fluid coming from the Pentagon to him, and he's not going to be fluid because he has questions, so therefore he has to be removed, so it goes straight to the Romanian military and the political weasels. In early December, Dincu said Ukraine needed international allies to negotiate security guarantees and peace with Russia, sparking criticism from President Klaus Iohannis, German. So the Ukrainians have Jews, we have Germans, the French had another Jew, Sarkozy. Very interesting. What can you do? I mean, yeah, you can find anyway. So he said that needs to negotiate security guarantees and peace with Russia, sparking criticism from President Klaus Iohannis and leaders of the ruling government coalition. He later said the comments were taken out of context. And then he says here, Iohannis, the president of Romania, Iohannis, not a Romanian name, just so you know, said Ukrainians were paying with blood in the war. Again, pathos instead of logos. The Ukrainians were paying with blood in the war, and only they could decide what and when to negotiate, a position held by Romania and the EU. What about Romania? Can Romania think for itself? Obviously not. But why only Ukrainians? This guy just said something. He said, well, maybe they should negotiate. That's the only way. No. Cut the crap. Leave out. I like it that this guy did not leave with an apology. Like, I apologize for my statements that were out of, like the weasels do. So I like this guy for that. I don't know if he's right or wrong. I think his opinion or assessment is very, very valid. Okay, what's the alternative if there's no negotiation? What's the alternative? So he said maybe they should negotiate. Is that unacceptable nowadays? We cannot say that? Okay, if that's out of the question, what is the only thing that remained? You tell me. Total elimination of the opponent. Who's the opponent? Russia. Otherwise, what would be? If you don't want to negotiate, what is it? So let's say you fight with another guy, bam, bam, bim, boom, boom, boom. And all of a sudden you get hit, you bam, 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 and then you say, okay, man, hold on. What the hell are we fighting for? Now, that's one option. The other one is, no, you go and you get the guy and you go, stop, he's not moving anymore. Oh, he's dead? Okay. Now, what are the other options? You tell me. Someone else intervenes and stop us? Who's the other one? Who could they be? United States? Well, they are leading the other guy anyway, the Ukrainians. So what I'm against is the inability or unacceptable circumstance where you have an opinion that it's very valid, very logical, and you can't express it. But if you express it, you're gonna be kicked out. Now, let's talk about Klaus Iohannis. Okay, Romania has a small minority, a German minority, from, I don't know, the 13th century or something. I'm from one of those towns, actually a German town, and they were, I'm not going to go into history why they were asked to come and populate the southern part of Transylvania. There was a military political maneuver by, anyways, more complicated, not more complicated, but I don't have time to go into that. Nevertheless, that's a minority, German minority over there. And these guys had some influence in whatever. Now with all this democracy, this guy who had is part of a party of not even 1%, I think, his party, and it's the German party in Romania. Okay, not even. He became the mayor of this town, and then from the mayor, he's a teacher. Iohannis, he was a teacher. So from the teaching, he got to be the mayor of the town, and then from the mayor of the town, straight the president of Romania. The first strike. He never lost. He went straight there. I think he got his two terms already. Now, a lot of people say that he is the man of Germany, because Germany funded a lot of money in the town that he was the mayor over there, and blah blah blah, and it's too obvious. He is the man of the West. Let's put it this way: West being Germany and United States. Now, Romania is a country, a weasel country, like many others that are, following orders of NATO, and they are total under their control. Total, they're whore. That's what it is. Now, this guy, and Iohannis is the chief whorehouse enforcer. Let's put it this way. So he's in charge of the whorehouse, and he's the one who makes decisions. Now, in Romania, that's the way it goes. The president gets elected by the public, and then he says, okay, I want a prime minister. The prime minister is going to be appoints one guy from the party that got the most votes, or if there's no party that got the most votes, they will create a coalition and they will be together. And then from there, they bring a guy that the president says, yes, I want this guy to be the prime minister. The prime minister is going to put in front of the parliament. The parliament says yes or no, and that's how the guy becomes the prime minister. And there has to be a good connection between these two guys, otherwise they can't function. And then the prime minister appoints his weasel ministers. In this case, the department of the military department, or whatever, defense department, was appointed by the prime minister, who was appointed with the vote of the parliament by the president. So this guy had an opinion, which I think, as I said, this guy, no, you can't have it. Why? Because it's not the fight between the minister and his prime minister, who's his boss. That's the direct boss, because he's part of the cabinet. The cabinet is not the president. The president is outside of the cabinet. The cabinet is the prime minister with his cabinet. So this guy said something, and he got in trouble not with these guys, got in trouble with the president, with Iohannis. They could not cooperate. Now, I don't know if this guy, the defense whatever minister, is not a Russian man. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's like that or not. But if it is, he is or he's not, what he said is very logical, and he should be allowed to express his opinion. Otherwise, will be why in the hell you have a guy to Let's say you're in a meeting, the country is attacked. And you ask, you're a president, and say, okay, what's going on? Minister of Defense, tell me, what should we do? That's why you're the minister. He probably convened with the generals and all that, and he's going to tell you what his opinion is, what his assessment. And if you say, fuck no, you get out, you're bad, why do you even bother to ask him? Why do you ask him? That's his, no, you're not good. You're not in line with what? You're not in line with what? With that? With the orders coming from there, you oppose, you're not that, like, how should I put it, straight, you oppose something, you create problems. Now, I don't know who that guy is, but as I said, his statement is just logical. Those guys' only way is to negotiate. Oh my God, no, out. Really? Is that bad? Is that bad? Imagine that you are in a business and you have to do with a CEO, with the owner of the company or something, and they ask you for your opinion about the project. And you say, well, the only way we should do it, hire those guys because they're good. Let's say they have a good business, and they say, and say, no, we can't work with those. You're fired. We should work with those guys. Well, you can disagree and say, no, okay, no. I disagree and I tell you why. Or I just say, shut up, I'm making the decision. But I listen to you, I don't... Do you think that guy just said, okay, I'm leaving? He was just helped a little bit. So yeah, I didn't expect this Dinku or whatever his name to be so but he got my support. As I said, not for the necessary for I share his opinion on that, which I think negotiation are the way to end this thing. I mean, it's just logical. But for his, that he didn't leave like a Romanian. Okay, I'm sorry, mommy, something like that. That's why I like this guy. He behaved like a Serb. Maybe a Serb would have been a little bit different. Just saying. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.